All right, what's up, Tycoon? Super excited for today's video. I'm going to give you guys 3 strategies you can use to make money on Roblox, basically, whether the stock price is going up or down, right? Now, depending on which strategy you use will determine, are you trying to make money on it going down or are you trying to make money on it going up, right? You have to pick a side. Are you bullish on this? Are you bearish on this, right? Do you think it's going to go up long term in the long term? Right? Or do you think it's going to go up short term? Or do you think it's going to go down short term? Or do you think it's going to go down long term? Okay, we're looking at Roblox, the 1 year, 1 day chart. So each candlestick represents a day. And on this daily chart, we have something known as bullish divergence. Okay, that is when the stock price is making a lower low, as indicated by this arrow here, but the RSI is making higher lows, as indicated by this arrow here. This is a sign of bullish divergence, indicating that we could see some bullish activity in the stock over the next few days. That's essentially it, right? I have a whole, divergence tutorial in the top right-hand corner. You guys can watch that if you, need some help on understanding bullish divergence and how it affects the stock chart. And the second thing we have is this daily gap up. Okay, we have a gap from 60 to 66 on Roblox. That's a pretty nice gap. These gaps all tend to fill 90 to 95% of the time historically across the stock market. Roblox's gap so far have all 100% filled previously before making this gap. Okay, so this gap has not filled yet, but let me just show you guys the most recent gap that it had. We had a gap over here after earnings. It gapped up huge on earnings, right? And then we fell down, and eventually we came and we filled those price levels at the gap down. Okay, so that was the first gap down they had to come back down. Now there's a gap up. Okay, so I'm going to show you one strategy you can use to minimize your risk, right? Because we all know that it's been a very bearish market recently. Okay, Roblox was well above $100, I believe, and it's currently trading at $47. Let's see. Yeah, it hit highs of 141. I mean, let's just take a look real quick. Let's see how far Roblox has fallen. Like 65%. Okay, so I mean, definitely bear market territory, right? But what we can look for and what we can do, let's say you don't want to buy $1,000 worth of shares, right? Or you don't want to put a large amount in a bullish position on Roblox. What you can do is something called a debit spread. Okay, and I have a debit spread tutorial in the top right hand corner of this video, but you can go ahead and just watch this if you are a little unfamiliar with debit spreads. Okay, so let's pick a pretty safe one. All right, and by safe, what I mean by that is we're giving ourselves plenty of time. Okay, the number next to these is the days till expiration. So we can look at summer, right? For some July contracts, those have almost 150 days. Anything below July, in my opinion, is going to be much safer, right? So what we're going to do is we're just going to play the gap up on Roblox to 66. Okay, so what we can do is we can come here to summer, and then we can go hit buy and then vertical. Okay, and it will set it up for you. All right, so let's go click on one of these here. Let's just pull this up, hit confirm and send. And so one of these would cost you about $114, but your max profit is going to be $387, right? Now, to get the max profit, Roblox needs to be above 65 at the time of expiration, July 15th, 2022. So if Roblox is trading above 65, you have, almost 200% profits right there. At least like a 200% profit play right here. Okay, now what that means is the max profit's 200%, and we know that we have to, it has to be that by the end of July, right? By the end of July 15th. But you can sell this before then. You don't have to hold it through expiration, right? So if we know that we have a max profit of like 200% on this, I would be very happy taking 50% profits on this, right? If let's say you got 10 of these contracts, right? And you spent, roughly $1,100, and you were able to turn that $1,100 into $1,500 in less than 6 months and able to get 50% on that, there's nothing wrong with taking profit there. And there's no reason not to take profit there unless your profit goals are higher than that. And you have a specific profit goal of, 150%, 100%, things like that. Okay, so this is one strategy you can do if you're bullish on Roblox, right? That's a relatively safe debit spread pattern where, you know, yes, you're risking $100 per this contract, but the risk versus reward is very well balanced, right? So, you know, if you lose 30% of this investment, you know, you lost $30, right? But if you're able to, and let's say that's your stop loss, right? And you know, but if you're able to get 50% or more on your profit, 100%, 150%, 200%, you know, the risk to reward, you know, always has to line up, right? So, you know, this is much cheaper than buying 100 shares of Roblox and waiting for it to fill the gap up to 65. You know, perhaps you could buy some shares and then buy 1 or 2 debit spreads if you're bullish on Roblox, right? The next strategy we're going to look at, all right, is going to be selling puts. And I would recommend doing this like weekly or monthly, right? Choose a contract that expires this week, or choose a contract that expires a month from now. And what you want to do is you want to look at the chart and say, okay, well, Roblox is at $47 right now. It's never been this low, you know, but I still don't want to buy it right now, right? Maybe I can get it a little bit cheaper at 45. Maybe I can get it cheaper at 40. What you can do is you can set that capital to the side, right? If you have enough money to buy 100 shares of Roblox at 40 bucks, you can come in here and you can sell, all right, the 40 strike put. And what this means is that if Roblox is going to be below $40 at expiration date, then you will be forced to buy 100 shares at the strike that you choose. So if we choose the 40 strike, you know, we'll be forced to buy 100 shares of Roblox at you know, $40 a piece. That would be $400, or I'm sorry, $4,000. And then, you know, this right here is one way you can calculate it, right? So you can do $4,000 minus the $9 you know, credit that you receive for selling that, and then we'll divide this by 100 for 100 shares, and that would bring your average cost basis down to 39.91, right? And this is if Roblox is below 40. Now, if Roblox never goes below 40, then in a sense, you can collect $10, you know, every week for, you know, every 100 shares that you want to own at the price, right? Now, you can always click riskier. You know, you can always sell a riskier put. And the reason it's riskier, right, is because, you know, you'll get paid more for that risk premium, right? If you sell the 45 strike, you can get $66 a contract, right? And if we go here and let's do this again, 4,000 minus 66, okay, divide by 100, and we'll look here, that's 39.34 average cost basis rather than 39.31. All right. So, you know, that's kind of what I'm looking at for Roblox. Those are 2 strategies right there. You know, is selling puts, right? If you're a long-term investor and you don't mind, you know, owning Roblox at 45, at 40, or any of these prices, and it continues to drop lower, because that's the main risk thing, is if you sell the contract for the 45 strike and on February 25th, Roblox is trading at $38. Well, you're going to be forced to buy it $7 higher than what the strike price is because of your option contract, right? So, you know, it's really just about picking some prices that you're comfortable to invest in. And, you know, you can sell some options and collect a little bit of premium and get paid to purchase those shares versus just buying them outright with a market order or a limit order, right? We went over a, you know, a call spread, right? And, you know, that's those. So those are like some bullish, you know, strategies you can do, right? Now, one thing you can do is if you already own lots of shares of Roblox. Let's say you have a bunch of shares. What you want to do is get protective puts. Okay. You want to protect yourself for the downturn, right? So essentially what I mean by that is it's trading at 47 right now. All right. We own however many shares at, let's say, 50 or 60 bucks a piece, right? Because that's when a lot of the OTT members got it, was in the 60s. You know, and it's down from there, right? You know, we were able to get it at a good price at the 60s. It's trading much lower than that. And, you know, the best thing you can do is you can go out 2-3 months on an expiration date, right? So let's look at maybe some April or some May puts. We'll look at April. And what we'll do here is essentially you just want to buy, okay, the the next strike price that is out of the money, that's not blue there, okay? And the reason you're going to do this is you're going to do this to protect yourself, right? So you don't want to spend, I would say spend 10% of a position size on protective puts if you think that there is downside, right? Now there's lots of market FUD. There's no secret about that in the market these days. So why not hedge your position a little bit with some protective puts? And what this means is that you will basically be in profit, and this put will be of more value than $435 if Roblox starts trading below $45, right? If Roblox comes down from $48 where it's at right now, $3 to $45 at any time in the next few months, or I'm sorry, until, April, right? Until that contract expiration, then that put option should go up in value. And because it's an option contract, it's much more volatile. So, your stock price may drop 10%, right? And if you have $1,000 in Roblox, you may have lost, $100 in unrealized losses, right? Because you haven't sold those shares. So it's not an actual realized loss. It's an unrealized loss. But yeah, so, hey, you lost $100 there. But, you had some protective puts that you were able to get 20, 30, 40, 50, 100% on as a protection, right? So now you lost 10% on, the stock price falling, but maybe you were able to make, $200, $100, $200, on your put contracts, selling your put contracts after you bought them, selling them to someone else. And now, okay, well, hey, I lost $100 on, my share price of Roblox, but I made $50 back, or I made $100 back on my option price. So, now I have this money on the sideline. What do I think Roblox is going to do next? Do I want to buy more protective puts, or do I want a dollar cost average into Roblox at its 52-week lows, right? So, that's basically my, take on Roblox and my investment strategy that I would recommend to others looking, for some guidance in this market full of fear, uncertainty, and doubt, right? You need to keep a level head. A stop loss is always great. If you own shares, the only thing is you have to figure out, like, all right, is this a, tax advantage account where I'm trying to, maximize my tax advantage account and not really sell anything? I need to hold things for, long-term positions, right? Or, hey, am I really just trying to establish a position, but I don't want, I'm not comfortable. Let's say we bought right here. Okay. We buy in right now at $48.33 a share. We say, hey, if it gets below its 52-week lows at 47.14, that's my stop loss. I'm out, right? Because I'm predicting that, hey, Roblox bottomed and I want to get in here. And, if it didn't bottom and we go back to those 52-week lows and we go lower, I'm going to be out the game, and I'm going to reevaluate and look to see where the potential next bottom for Roblox is going to be. And then I'll get my position started there. Because if Roblox comes down to 45, I don't want to lose $3 a share. If Roblox goes down to 40, I don't want to lose $8 a share, right? This is, like I said, my investment strategy that I would recommend for people. Look into trading options, sell some contracts, right? You can sell calls, you can sell puts, do some of this stuff to earn some capital, while you're waiting to either buy in or average down or even sell your stocks. Okay. So thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'm out.